1-202-456-1111, or 1-202 76-25-25. I don't know. 768-25-25. But I'll start you right when they pick up. Yes, ma'am. I'm sorry. I just called and I lost reception. I want to clarify what I was saying. First off, I was wanting to say how I've been ongoing in a car accident in 2003. I was not treated at the scene of the accident, and after I reported to the ER afterward, I wasn't properly treated, and it led to where I have a chronic condition that is deteriorating over time. My mobility is shrinking. I had to deal with I was forced to deal with a third party to get compensation, and that third party sold me out. He was an attorney, a bona fide certified attorney within the United States. So he sold me out to bed up another client or whatever. For whatever reason, he picked up my case and then he dropped me and nobody else would pick it up, whether it was because my Social Security earnings didn't show a certain level or what. There was some kind of incentive where nobody would take up my case because I was a backseat passenger who has a car and maintains insurance, and the people that I was riding with's vehicle was insured, and the person I was riding with apparently was licensed, and a young lady pulled out in front of us and she was properly licensed as well. Anyhow, I got stuck with the pains and the agony, and there's $20,000 worth of imaging, and just like today when I went to the doctor, there's more imaging. They only want to keep trying to push me to take some kind of a anti-inflammatory, which agitates the symptom even worse and makes it more unstable. And I go, and nowadays, because I've been under this symptom for a decade and better, I'm unable to really maintain a full regimen of work, let alone come home and tend to the family. They keep referring to my insurance, which is Medicaid provided through the state of North Carolina. And then they just kind of say, well, if you don't take anti-inflammatories, we won't do nothing for you. I don't want to take something that agitates my symptom. Anyhow, what it boils down to is I'm not getting good treatment on that. And then one of your attendants just a minute ago, one of the other comment line operators, was getting ready to give me some information or phone numbers to call. And this is a very important point. I want a social media platform where my grievances can be submitted in public forum, in public in front of everybody, just like Facebook, but in public, that can't be denied by my representative, because I cannot get any real conversation going with my representatives, whether it be the president. I've never had a conversation with him on any of my grievances, and they do stem from me being in pain constantly. And I haven't got any satisfactory I'm drawing a blank on the communications from my representative, Virginia Fox. Every now and then she'll say, well, we acknowledge that you have a good complaint, when I called on the phone once or twice. But then when I send her a letter and request a reply on these subject matters and more subject matters that impact my life, I don't get those replies ever. So all she'll ever say is that we acknowledge something, blah, 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 about you called. And that's as in depth as she'll go. Whether or not she's voting for me or against me, the only way I can find out is if I watch the the proceedings on the clerk from Washington, and most times she's not offering any of the suggestions I've offered to get ahead of the ball, so to speak. Ever. I can't get correspondence. I can't be in every place at once. But I want a social media platform on Facebook with my government, because I don't get it from my representative here in this county either. I did get a little bit of motion out of one of his assistants, but that was a blessing from God. Okay. Apparently that's not how it really does work. Okay. Just because somebody might call and have to reiterate a complaint over and over and over and redundantly doesn't mean that their complaint is automatically dismissible and valid to just sweep under the carpet. Because if you don't address it currently, you're my representative, whether you be the president, whether you be my state representative or my county representative, that any of them, I mean, most of the regulations and rules keep coming down from the Fed, crushing us. So, and at the same time, the state don't want to give us what it takes to comply with the Fed's request of income. So anyhow, with all this said, I really want a platform where I can type this up like I've done 50 times in the last 4 years. I don't know how many times I've written this stuff up, made YouTube videos like the one I must tell you I'm making now, trying to get decent correspondence so my grievances for my well-being can be attended to in public if I wish it, as a individual citizen. And I'm not getting it. I'm not getting any of it. I can't even get the doctors to put a stent on my vertebrae that's crushing the nerve or whatever is going on. I don't know. When she started telling me to grab a pen, I told her I wanted the platform to where we can communicate on writing, in social media, in front of the world, if the citizen desires that communication be aired publicly. And then we got disconnected. So I don't know how to get any resolve on anything. I can't even get anybody to emails. An official letter. See, there you go. Plausible deniability is the problem and the core function wrong. Email is as much as handwritten, certified. I got copies here at the house of my emails. Now, Virginia Fox, she tricks you because she just puts a web page up that you can submit an email through versus going in your email and composing it. And it's hidden from the other constituents' eyes. Therefore, it's not a true, transparent government proceeding at all. And every correspondence should be treated like an official proceeding, whether the state official deems it so or not. Go ahead. What do I want the president to do? I want him to alleviate a lot of these loopholes that don't offer me, the citizen, the inflicted citizen, accountability to I want an automatic system. When somebody gets in a car wreck, I don't want them to have to go and solicit help from a third party called an attorney to get the proper amount of compensation out of the third party we've been forced to do commerce with, called an insurance company, because the negligence of the United States government enables the negligence of the insurance company and the attorneys, and just gives them all plausible deniability to keep on just raking in the money and counting some people off as losses. Okay? I want one safe trade and transit insurance sales tax that facilitates all the insurances necessary to incentivize the medical fields and give us a good standard of living, and refortifies the individual citizen's ability to go home and nest without having to be forced to do commerce, paying land taxes to every little individual township, county, and state government that deems themselves worthy of taking money out of my savings, which is in my home, as equity. I know I'm recording it, so I know you can't write it down. But I do not want to have to repeat myself. So I'll post this on the White House, and if you want to review it, you are more than welcome to. Thank you very much, comment taker for the White House. Thank you. Now that she's off the phone, I could say more, but it's a waste of time unless something gets traction.